Hey guys, welcome to a new video.
Yeah, you can come and watch me drink my morning coffee, yeah. But you make me kinda nervous. You do that on purpose, yeah.
So we are on Let's Talk number 10. We have made it into double digits. That's pretty freaking amazing if you ask me. So I know you guys can see my door. I have cats, so they decided to, you know, have fun with the blinds, if you will. So ignore that. So how are you guys doing? I'm actually having a pretty decent day. Today is actually my mom's birthday. So mom, if you're watching this, happy freaking birthday. I love you to death, literally. And I'm so freaking proud of you. You have no idea. And I look up to you and you give me hope that just anything is possible. Okay, so now let's get into the questions, the tea, the drama, the laughs, the tomfoolery. How do you think years of hateful comments on YouTube has changed you as a person? And do you think if you had a regular job outside of the house, would you have gained so much weight? Basically, do you think YouTube is good for your mental and physical health? So I'm gonna start with the beginning of the question about the hateful comments and how has that changed me as a person. This might not make a lot of sense, but it's made me stronger, but it's also made me weaker. Like, I used to hate the quote, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, but it's true. The comments, the hate, the bullying, the harassment, it has happened so often. It's so frequent. It's a literal 24/7 thing. Like, I can't go on any social media without seeing something really bad about myself. So it's made me stronger and weaker in that sense, because it's like, wow, okay, so am I really like this horrible, disgusting person that these people think I am? So then I start to believe it the more I see it, which makes me weaker, which makes me dislike myself more. I begin to start hating myself because I'm seeing these things and I'm starting to believe these things. But then there's like a whole other boss ass bitch attitude where I become numb to it, where I'm just like, oh, this again. Like, it makes me stronger because it's happening so consistently. It's like giving me tougher skin, if you will. I don't know. It's like, it's weird. I have never been this hated in my whole entire life. Like, people in my real life do not hate me like this. So to be hated by thousands or disliked by thousands or to let thousands down, it does put a lot of pressure on me. And I don't think that YouTube is exceptional for my health, but honestly, I feel like any job that I would have would give me some sort of stress. So I like to think of it as, okay, this is just a stressful part of my job. I try not to let it get me down as much as I know it could if I would just like submerge myself into that. So I try my hardest to kind of separate reality with YouTube a little bit. I don't know, it gets kind of messy. Second part of your question, do I think I would have gained so much weight if I had a regular job? Honestly, if we're being like completely realistic, I feel like if I had like a regular job where I had to leave the house, I don't think I would have had such a huge opportunity to reach almost 600 pounds. I'm not gonna blame YouTube. I'm just gonna blame the fact that I haven't really had routine in my life for years. It's almost like I haven't really had a purpose, if you will. That kind of goes deeper and more personal than just like, oh, I don't have a regular, 9-to-5 job. It goes more into it. But I do feel like not having that job and that reason and that purpose to leave the house every single day probably played a big role in my weight gain. Serious question. As you said, the cycle doesn't exist any longer. Do you really feel you are still in phase 1? So if we're going based off of the phase chart, the cycle chart, the chart that Hater Nation created, it does look like I'm going through the cycle. It does look like I am kind of in the mixture of like a phase 2 moment, maybe a phase 3. So I wouldn't say that I'm in phase 1. Jokes aside though, I hate this whole cycle phase situation because you guys, it almost is like I'm being mocked for my mental illness, which is frustrating because it's also like, wow, I'm also being mocked because of my eating disorder, which has been happening a lot lately. And it's so weird that like when you come to my channel, it's totally fine. It's like a place for people to bash me, bash mental illnesses, bash eating disorders, fat shame. Like it's become accepted in my comment section, but if it was to happen anywhere else on YouTube, it wouldn't be okay. So every time people talk about this whole cycle and face thing, I truly feel like I'm being slapped in the face and like I'm being mocked. Next question, have you considered going to rehab center for eating disorders to help with the weight loss? Tammy from 1,000 Pound Sisters has lost a lot of weight from going to rehab. First of all, I want to say congratulations to Tammy because she did lose 100 pounds in 30 days. That's amazing. She did that while being at a rehab facility. A lot of people have been comparing us, saying, you know, if Tammy could do it, you could do it. And I'm just like, I'm not in a rehab center, so there's a big difference. And this is like no tea, no shade, but she is a little bit bigger than me. The more bigger you are, the faster you can lose weight. Could I lose 100 pounds in 30 days? Probably if I starve myself, like, yeah. But I hate when people like sit there, they get so mad at me for comparing myself to other YouTubers, but like y'all compare me to other fat people like all the time. Not every single fat person is created the same. We are all completely different people. But I will say that watching 1,000 Pound Sisters, Tammy's story really truly hits me in the feels. I cried the episode where she got put into a coma. Like I literally cried. I was feeling so emotional and I want nothing but the best for Tammy, and by the looks of it, rehab is working very well for her. But using Tammy as an example, from what I've seen through the episodes, once she left rehab, you know, she gained all the weight back. She wasn't under the supervision of professionals. She wasn't restricted, if you will. Like being in rehab, like you're kind of restricted into your own. Like you don't have the freedom like it is like when you're at home, obviously. So it's like all the hard work that she went through the first time she went to rehab kind of just like went away. And using that example, that's very much exactly what would happen. So I'm gonna explain my thought process on this. I've actually thought about this before, long and hard. I was like, is rehab right for me? I'm sure I'll do great while in rehab. I'm sure I'll lose tons of weight and I'll be following plans, going to the meetings, doing everything that they want me to do. But none of that matters unless I do it all outside of rehab. And I know myself, literally being restricted like that inside of a rehab, the minute I come back home, binge city is about to happen. So no, rehab's, it's not gonna help me. What does support mean to you when you talk about your girlfriend? Without actually demanding me, because she doesn't demand me, she urges me more than literally anybody I've ever had in my whole entire life to exercise, to move more, to eat better, to eat less, to count my calories or count my points. She wants me to find a plan and just stick to it. The same person said, I'm going through weight loss myself and my partner would never let me have takeout on consecutive days. See, this is where people are confused. She urges me not to do those things, but just because she is supporting me in the process of my weight loss journey, and obviously she doesn't want me to binge, she also doesn't have handcuffs to like handcuff me to the couch so I won't put food in my mouth. She's not tying me up to chairs so I don't open the Uber app. Like she can't stop me from doing something that I want to do or that I have the urge to do. She congratulates me when I lose weight. Like she actually is thrilled for me when I'm like, okay, I want to walk to the mailbox 6 times. And I remember this distinctively, like I stopped at the 5th one and she looked at me and said, babe, I know you can do it. Let's do this. She grabbed my hand and she went with me and I did it. You know, if it wasn't for her doing that, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have reached my goal of doing 6. Anyone else would have just been like, oh, I totally get it. Like, you're totally tired. Let's go back inside. And then when I fail, she does the tough love thing sometimes. And sometimes I have to tell her I can't do tough love. But like when I gain weight or I say I'm gonna exercise and I don't do it, she's very patient with me. She's understanding in my struggles. She's never been with someone my size. She's never been with someone that has issues with food like I do. So I know it's a little new for her, but she motivates me to keep going in the way that she is, the way that she voices her congratulations and her just being proud of me, but then she voices her concerns. It's hard to explain. Like, she's super level-headed in this way, which I feel like I'm not. So I don't know, it kind of helps with the dynamic. But y'all, you can't sit here and say that me binging or me ordering takeout or me having McDonald's is her fault, because it's no one's fault but my own. Like, there have been several times where I was about to eat something that would either put me into me going way over my calories, or that was going to trigger me to binge or anything like that. And she has stopped me and truly been like, are you sure you want to do this? Like, do you need to do this? Like, what are your current emotions? We both do this thing now where we ask each other, are you coherent right now? Like, are you truly processing that you're about to like order McDonald's? Like, is this what you really freaking want? And when she asks me that, sometimes I'm like, okay, I need to stop. Like, I'm not used to having someone there who makes me second guess, like, should I be ordering this? I've just always been surrounded with people who are like, oh, okay, also, when you order your 20-piece nugget, can you also get me some too? Like, that's not how it is. Like, she's very like, are you freaking sure? Like, and then she'll like weigh out the pros and cons. Like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. I think that you guys would just have to like simply see the dynamic, because me explaining it, like, I feel like I'm being very lousy at that right now. If a loved one had a severe drug addiction and you watch them try and fail for years to overcome it, would you encourage them to seek treatment in a rehab facility, or would you think they could figure it out on their own? Very crazy question, because my parents are drug addicts, my brother's a drug addict. Like, that is why I said in the beginning of this, my mom is the very reason why I know that people can change. Like, it's unbelievable the person she is today. She has been sober for over 6 years now. I saw my parents go through just, it's stuff I would love to talk about eventually. I did ask my mom for permission, and she was like, honey, it's your story. And I was like, yeah, mom, but you're part of my story. And she was like, you have the A-OK to share your story, even though I'm involved. And I thought that was amazing of her to give me that. It's not like it was permission, because like, it is my story, but I just wanted to like respect her. But it's like, the person that she is now is like completely different from when I was younger. But yes, I have seen this happen. My dad and my brother currently are still stuck in their drug addiction, and I love them so much. And I do constantly tell them to go to rehab. You're right. I've always said that. Even when I was younger, I urged my mom to go. Always, always, always have. And the thing is with rehab, they have gone. My dad's gone, my brother's gone several times. And it only works if you want it to work. Like, of course, there's a very high chance you're gonna be sober in rehab, but then what happens when you're out of rehab? It's just a messy situation, it's a sticky situation. And I think for a lot of people who don't struggle with addiction, telling us to go to rehab is just like a very easy thing to say, and it's a lot more harder to actually do. Do you think you're in a completely different situation health-wise to Tammy before she went to rehab? Again, it's another question, kind of comparing me and Tammy. Yes, my health is completely different than what she is struggling with. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I'm healthy, because I'm not. No one at my size is healthy. But if I am answering a question, she was a lot more unhealthy than I am. I don't know how she is now. I'm super excited for hopefully some maybe updates, or for the next season of 1,000 Pound Sisters. I hope that she's doing great. I hope that she is healthier than I am now, because I want nothing but the best for her. Because that show, I don't know. I don't think Tammy likes me very much, but the thing is, that show has really, I don't know. I kind of love Tammy. Like, I do. I love her, and I see a lot of myself in her, and like, I relate to her in so many different ways. There's been so many times where I just want to like jump through the TV screen and just like hug her and be like, let's be friends. I know that there's like drama, and like she could be kind of harsh, but it's like, I get it. I could tell that she's just like not happy. Like, I understand. You know, there was a part in one of the last episodes where She stayed in the van when they went to vacation because she was too, honestly, scared to walk up the ramp. I've been there. And it's while everyone else is looking at her confused and like angry and like, Tammy, why won't you just walk up this ramp? It's so much more than just a ramp. Like, I have been in her very situation. Sorry, now I feel like I'm just like rambling. I just want nothing but the best for Tammy. I want Tammy Slayton to be a success story, because now that right there would inspire thousands of people, and I would be one included for sure. You stated before that when you binge, you're not in a good headspace. So I'm wondering what's bothering you so much. Yeah, really good question. I do tend to binge more when I am in a bad headspace. I haven't really been taking my medicine right, and I know I come on here and I seem to say that a lot, but I think you guys can notice I do so much better when I'm taking my medicine. I take medicine for anxiety, obviously my estrogen pill I have to take, and the main thing I feel like that was really messing with me is my mood stabilizer, because I am bipolar. So when I'm not taking those 3 things and I'm not taking them right, y'all, like I've gone a week without taking a single one. Like, do not look at me as a role model, like please. If you are prescribed medicine, take it right. I'm sorry if I keep messing with my hair. My hair is actually really annoying me today. So that is like the biggest thing. And then there's just like some things going on in my real life that are just like stabbing holes in my little happiness balloon, and it's like taking the air out of my happiness balloon, if that makes sense. So yeah, I do have some things going on, and my eating, I feel like, kind of reflects on that. So thank you for asking. Sorry, like my answer can't be more descriptive, but that's pretty much the gist. Amberlynn, if you have narcissistic tendencies, then you are in fact a narcissist. No, that's literally not how it works. So now that you have lost some weight and you talk a lot about 2019 being the hardest year, can you tell us some things that you haven't told us before about being at your heaviest weight? Oh boy. There's quite a few things that I could tell you guys, but I'm not sure if I'm comfy enough doing that. But there's one thing that to me, okay, no, there's 2 things. There's 2 things I'm gonna tell you that to me like should have been a wake-up call besides me getting diagnosed with cancer. The first thing is, it's pretty bad, but not as bad as the other thing I'm about to tell you guys, which I don't even know, should I tell you guys this? Ew. So the first thing is, which this has been on my mind lately actually, because in bed now, like I'm rolling around, I'm plopping, jumping, like I'm just like, I feel like a completely different person. It is so weird. And I know I'm down only like 80 plus pounds, but it feels like I'm down a couple hundred. And I know a lot of people are like, how come you act like you've lost so much weight when you haven't? It's just how it feels. It's literally how it feels. It's so very non-scale victory. Like, okay, yeah, cool. I'm down over 80 pounds, which feels fucking amazing, but it feels like I'm down like 300. Like, it is so weird. I can't quite explain it. I'm living for it though, and it excites me to lose more. But anyways, okay, back to what I was saying. So I'm like flopping around in bed. I'm doing the like I'm a normal person in bed. Like I'm sleeping on my side. I'm sleeping on my back. I'm rolling around like a damn basketball, okay? But at my heaviest, I could not roll onto my side at all. I just couldn't. I don't know why. I mean, I know why, like fat as fuck, hi, but I don't understand why it was so difficult. Like I literally couldn't do it. So I was always sleeping sitting up, which now I sleep in every which way, besides on my stomach, preferably on my back, of course, propped up a little bit. But it's like, I can't even imagine being that person anymore. Like, it's so weird. So the other thing, which I'm very nervous about sharing, because I know who's watching, some horrible people, and I'm never gonna live this down, But I'm sharing this because not only am I proud of how far I've come in the middle of all my trolling. Okay, yes, I troll. Whatever. Trolling has entered the chat. Trolling is fucking fun, okay? Like, I am obsessed with being the troll queen. Like, literal trolling entered the chat. But in the middle of all that, I am making progress in areas that you guys can't see. Areas that I don't talk to you guys about. So now that we're here, I shower every single day. I honestly love showering. I love feeling the water just run down over me. I love singing in the shower. Singing in the shower. And the fact that I can sing in the shower, let alone sing Skyscraper by Demi Lovato and like not be out of breath while hitting those high ass notes, just goes to show like, wow, okay, you're doing your thing, Amberlynn. So being able to do that with literally no issue, like I'm able to clean my body with no issue. I'm able to stand with no issue. Like I'm just like a normal person in the shower, besides like I'm fat and all. But I know people think that like I don't shower like a normal person, but I promise you, I literally do. And the reason why I'm mentioning this is because in 2019, oh my God, I don't even think, okay, so pretty sure the only people who know this is two people, my ex and my current girlfriend. Yeah, like I had roommates then and I don't even think they knew this. So, oh God, do I want to share this? I'm like, I'm actually nervous. I'm nervous is what it is. So, I couldn't shower at all. There was a large portion of 2019, if not the whole 2019, where I literally couldn't shower. Oh my God, okay. I bathed in bed. I bathed in bed. That's so hard to say. Whew, okay, so I'm sharing this because I'm proud of how far I've come. And I don't know who's watching me right now, but if you're bathing in bed, or if you can only shower for a couple minutes because it hurts to stand, things can change. Like in 2019, I honestly thought that was it. Like this was my life. And Becky and I promised not to talk about each other, but like she was there for me through it all. And it's like so grateful that she loved me unconditionally like that, because you guys, I hated myself so much. Like I wanted to literally end my life so many times in 2019. It was a rough time. But yeah, I would bathe in bed and it wouldn't even be frequently. Wow, okay, so that's why, like, when I compare myself to 2019 Amberlynn, you guys are just like seeing like a little bit of a surface level thing, like, oh, Amberlynn doesn't do poop bun all the time anymore, or she's not eating whole rotisserie chickens anymore. You guys see it very like surface level, but there's so much like deeper, so many things that I haven't shared and I've never wanted to share. Like I never thought I would share this, to be honest. But I would bathe in bed, and like Becky would get a like container and she would put hot water and soap in it for me, and I would tell her to leave the room, and I would do what I could. I know there's a lot of like rumors that Becky helped me bathe and stuff. No, only after my hysterectomy. But I wouldn't let her. I was ashamed. I would cry the whole time. Like, it was just like, so now me standing in the shower with the water running down and like me singing, like, it's a whole aspect of my day that like I used to want so bad. Oh my God. Like, people take that shit for granted. Like, just like little things like that, like completely take that shit for granted. And I never want to take that for granted ever again. And I never want to go back to that spot. Like, I can never go back there. Never. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys. I was not expecting this. Okay, let's just like move on. Aren't you self-conscious about your legs? Do you bear them for each girlfriend? Are you only modest, parentheses, embarrassed toward the public? I am modest, embarrassed. I like how you worded that. With everyone, I am very self-conscious with my legs. If I had to choose like a least favorite body part, without a doubt, my calves, probably because of my lymphedema. I've always had big calves, but obviously lymphedema made it a million times worse. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. Oh my God. My girlfriend obviously has seen my legs, obviously, and she's just very sweet. She loves everything about me. She doesn't judge me. She's not a shallow person. She thinks I'm beautiful, and when she says it, like, I actually believe her. When you started Weight Watchers this past week, did you use your all-time high weight or your current weight to determine your allotted points? I actually used my current weight. Can you imagine your life where you are 200 pounds or less? Is it possible that on a subconscious level, you don't want to lose the weight? And if so, why do you think that is? So on a subconscious level, I definitely do want to lose the weight. I can't imagine myself being in the 200s at all, let alone below 200. If I like was in fairy tale land and someone asked me what is like your ultimate weight loss goal, I would love to be in the 100s. 199. Can you even, what? I feel like any smaller than that, I would look sick. I have seen people who were my size once, then they got into the 100s and they kind of look sick, which is really odd to me because, like, don't you think losing all that weight would make you look healthy? I don't know. So I don't want to like look sick. I want to feel healthy and be healthy. My brain, I don't think has like the strength or the capacity to even remotely imagine myself being that small. Like, I literally can't. What do you think about Dana's weight loss success? I am so happy for her. Honestly, Dana, if you're watching this, I freaking love you and I'm so proud of you. Weirdly enough, like, side note, Dana and I have gotten so much closer after the breakup. It's so weird. I honestly never would imagine that would happen. Okay, so this is the last question I'm gonna do. If you hated Kentucky so much as you always complained, but stated you were only there for Becky, then why didn't you and your girlfriend move somewhere else? I personally am not ready to leave this apartment. I love it here, but I know that I just don't belong in Kentucky. I feel like it's gonna be so hard, but I feel like it's time for me to move on eventually. So I did want to stay for another lease term because I do like this apartment. Like, I feel comfy here. Like, I've made it my home, and I don't know, right after like a breakup and then finding love again, like, it was just a lot at once. And I was like, okay, do I really want to move right now? But when I do move again, it will be to a different state. Where? Currently don't know. the world is my oyster. Anyways, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.
But you make me kinda nervous. You do that on purpose.